So Joey Gallo now has 2 base hits with the Dodgers. Both of those hits were to the opposite side, so he's not trying to pull the ball. The Dodgers are 4-0 since acquiring Joey Gallo, and the Yankees are 0-3.
Coincidence? I think not.
What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We have a lot to talk about today. The Dodgers, they patted their little brother, the Padres, on the head yesterday. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. went crazy again, and Trey Mancini, he destroyed my team. Remember, everyone, if you're going to any baseball games or concerts anytime soon, use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save yourself some money. Buy a hot dog on me with that save 20 bucks. Now, before we talk about all of the games from yesterday, I can't believe I'm saying this, but former star player Dietrich, now he was never a superstar talent, but he was fairly good back in the day. At one point, he was one of the more talked about players in baseball because of that moment right there. Well, it came out that he was banned 50 games for using PEDs. I'm not entirely sure how to say that steroid or whatever it's called, but yeah, he was banned for that substance, and it makes me sad because Dietrich was a lot of fun to watch, and he might never get a chance again. So because we just talked about Dietrich and the fact that he was a former Red, let's see if the Cincinnati Reds can win. Yeah, about that. Rowdy Tellez showed off why he's a 5-tool mega athlete. So he smoked his 22nd home run and drove home his 70th RBI. More on him in just a second because Tyrone Taylor went off as well. That is a 3-run bomb. Now, over his last 168 games, he has 51 extra base hits and a 103 OPS plus. It's not otherworldly, but it's not bad either. But here is why I consider Rowdy to be a 5-tool megastar. Look at that stolen base. That is his first stolen base in almost 3 years. He was very happy about it. Just a fun moment. Eric Lauer went nuts for the Brewers, going 7 innings. He only allowed 1 earned run. Milwaukee, they win pretty easy. Coming up next, we have a roller coaster of a game. Minnesota got home runs from Contreras and Gordon, so they found themselves up 5-0, but then the Jays, they answered back. Chapman and Espinal, they both went yard, and then Vladdy brought them within 1. Over his last 12 games, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is hitting .404 with 9 extra base hits and 4 stolen bases out of nowhere. Raimel Tapia forces extras after Jorge Lopez, of course, blew the save because that's just the Twins' 2022 season in a nutshell. Luckily, they saved Michael Fulmer for the 10th. He struck out all 3 Jays. He gave his team a chance to come back, and they did it on a walk-off fielder's choice. All right, so let's talk about a few more games that were won by 1 run. You have Ketel Marte and Dalton Varsho muscling up for some big boy home runs. They both went over 420 feet. So a little correction, I thought that Gritchick said Marte. I don't know why my brain read it that way. So Marte had a double, not an absolute moonshot. My bad. However, the Diamondbacks found themselves down 5-2 in the 7th, but not to fear. Rojas is here. He jolts this pitch for a 2-run double, and the 21-year-old Geraldo Perdomo finishes the comeback with a 2-run single. Ian Kennedy then goes back out for the 9th. He has a 1-2-3 inning for a save. Another 1-run game, so both starters in this one were fantastic. Patrick Sandoval almost went 6 shutout innings, and Robbie Ray, he gave up 1, but he struck out 10 over 7 very strong innings. Moniak got on in the 9th, and Max Stassi belted a huge 2-run home run to make it 3-0, but enter the newcomer, Jesse Chavez. He gave up an RBI double to Adam Frazier, and then a 2-run single up the middle to Ty France. You just cannot make it up. If you're an Angels fan, you probably were sitting at home thinking, yep, I expected this. Now, luckily, Taylor Ward hit a sac fly in the 10th, and then Jimmy Herget, he was able to set down the Mariners in a perfect appearance, so the Angels, they come away with a rare W against the Mariners. Now, let's get some blowouts out the way. I went over to my brother's house for a spiked Mountain Dew party and fajitas. I was expecting a classic, the Dodgers facing off against the Padres, but no, the Padres got their soul snatched. LA scored too early after the Padres just forgot how to play baseball, and then Hanser Alberto roped a double down the left field line and got past Brandon Drury. I don't like that effort from Drury. I would expect him to kind of body that ball, but I guess he was trying to make a cool, swift play. CT3 and Belly both find holes to each have a pair of 2-run doubles, and yeah, that was pretty much it, as Gonzalez improves to 13-1 on the season. He has a 2.3 ERA, and he went 5 shutout innings with 6 strikeouts. It's okay, Padre fans. I'm going to give you some good stuff to be happy about. 23 years ago today, Tony Gwynn collected his 3,000 base hit, one of the best pure hitters in the history of baseball. I wanted to go ahead and showcase that for you guys because that was an awful performance from your team currently playing. So speaking of awful performances, God, I mean, the Astros won by 6, but trust me, it felt like 25-3. Trey Mancini ripped his 2nd home run for the Astros, and then Yordan laced an RBI single. Oh, and there's the grand slam for Trey. He is the only human in baseball that I'm actually okay with if he wrecks my team. I mean, he had the first home run, then there was the grand slam. Altuve doubled in Chas McCormick, and yeah, the Astros made light work of rookie Hunter Gaddis. I'm hoping that this series wakes up Cleveland management because they they have just been relying on a bunch of rookies, which I guess is fine, but I think we've called up 13 or 14 guys already. That's not going to cut it against elite teams like the Astros and the Yankees, so hopefully kind of puts things into perspective for the Cleveland management going into 2023. MLB The Show legend Edward Cabrera easily had his best start as a major leaguer. He threw 5 shutout with 8 strikeouts, and did I mention that he did not allow a single base hit? So Cabrera was doing his thing, and Justin Steele struck out 10 in less than 5 innings, so it's definitely going to be up to the bullpen, and unfortunately, the Miami bullpen failed. They're up by 1 in the 8th when Dylan Floro served one up to Wilson Contreras, who now has a 3.5 WAR. I have no idea why he wasn't traded, but okay, the Cubs, they win 2-1. Another pitching duel for the ages. We will definitely be telling our grandkids about the epic August 5th, 2022 battle between Dean Kremer and Mitch Keller. It was a really weird day though, because they both dominated and they combined for 12 innings, but they only had 3 strikeouts between the both of them, so there was a lot of contact being made in this one, and the Mountain, Felix Bautista, gets to save his 4th of the season. The Orioles are playing really well. Rhys Hoskins is sneakily having one of, if not his best seasons of his career. He has 44 extra base hits already and a very impressive 131 OPS plus. And Castellanos, he is waking up. He just needed me to call him out because I said he was bad a few days ago. There you go. He deletes that baseball, like zero reason to even move to try and catch that ball. It was gone the second it left the bat. Long ball, Derek Hall, he went yard as well. And JT gave Gibby a huge 6-run lead to work with, as Gibby had a perfect game through 6 innings. Now that did get ruined unfortunately, but he ended up going 8 innings with 4 strikeouts. He is going to be a vital key to their success. They need more starts like this, maybe not 8 innings every single time, but 6 to 7 innings where he gives up less than 3 runs. They need that from Gibby. Now the Phillies also need the Cardinals to stop playing so well, as they came into this one versus the Yankees on a 4-game winning streak. Molina answers with an RBI single, and Palante, I think that's how you say his name, he has an incredibly clutch appearance for the Cardinals. He tossed 4 without allowing a single earned run, giving his offense time to make up some ground, and they did that. Tyler O'Neill drove home Goldie to bring it within 1, and the struggling Paul DeJong clutched up versus Clay Holmes of all people, which is huge for Paul DeJong's confidence. Clay Holmes over his last 8 games has 9 earned runs and 8 walks. All-star Ryan Helsley has been the exact opposite. He comes in for the 9th, he grabbed his 10th save. He has been dominant as the Cardinals are on a 5-game winning streak and tie with the Phillies for that wild card spot. Matt Olson has been a doubles machine all year. There's another one. He had a career high in doubles last year with 35. He already has 36 on the season. He is on pace for 45 or 50. Eddie, no, not the one from Stranger Things, Rosario somehow barrels up this pitch even though he got fooled. He just threw the barrel at it, and look at Ronald taking back a home run. This kid is so smooth. I just need him to get hot with the bat. Michael Harris grabs his 10th home run of the year, and Swanson as well as Rosario, they make it an 8 spot before the 3rd inning. Now skipping to the 9th inning, because Ian Anderson of the Braves as well as their bullpen, they kind of imploded, so New York, they kind of got back into it, but William Contreras, he bashed one, and Atlanta, they come away with a 9-6 victory. Dylan Cease gave up 1 in the 1st inning and then must have sent a cease and desist, get it? Because his name is, I'm sorry. No, but really, he got the lead in the 4th courtesy of Eloy Jimenez, and Dylan shut down the Rangers over the next 5 innings. So he went 6, struck out 5. He now has a 1.98 ERA on the season. He leads the league in strikeouts per 9, but he's also leading the league in walks, so he has been effectively nasty. That's what I like to call it. The White Sox bullpen allowed 1 hit over the last 3 innings as Hendricks struck out 2 en route to earning his 22nd save of the year. Now the other Sox, the red ones, they had a big day in Kansas City. Eric Hosmer, he felt right at home being back in his former ballpark. He and JT Martinez both doubled in some runs, and Xander Single in the 5th made it 4-0 as Josh Winkowski was pretty solid. 4 strikeouts on 1 earned run. Reese McGuire grabbed an RBI, and Duran smoked a much-needed RBI extra base hit. So just like Paul DeJong, this is a big-time confidence booster for Jan Duran. He has 17 extra base hits and 7 stolen bases in 41 games. He just has to find a way to get on base more because he has a paltry 278 on base percentage. And last but not least, the Rays walked a franchise record 13 times in this one versus the Tigers. They were getting tossed around a little bit, but then the freight train started a rally courtesy of all of those walks, so he was able to double in Taylor Walls, and Brandon Lau yet again saved his team. There's an RBI single, and then there's a game winner, a 2-run double in the 8th inning. Isaac Paredes, who has been slumping really bad as of late, he's hitting 139 over his last 17 games. That's a nice RBI single. Hopefully he bounces back because I think baseball is better when Isaac Paredes is raking. That's going to do it for today's MLB recap. We talked about a lot today, so if you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. We're on the road to 500,000 subscribers. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud. But without further ado, let's roll the web gems.
Any team over the last 3 seasons, just as weird as everything's been, as Almora Jr. takes one into shallow left. A tough play here. Well, maybe a little miscommunication here. But the Brewers getting it done. Adames is a laugh. But
lined into right, Newbar on the move. He's got it! Oh, and a catch from Newbar.
I'm pretty sure he was mid-blowing a bubble as well.
Broken bat, roller towards short, barehanded. Miggy got him at first base. What a play. We check out the T-Mobile coverage cam.
Yeah, that's the second time that he's got it in Contreras' kitchen right there.
Center field, down for a hit. 1-run scores. They're going to send Guillorme. Throw to the plate is going to be in time. Great throw from Harris. That ends the inning.
And then what would even be the point?
Fly ball toward the line in right. Rosarena on the run. He gets there to make the catch.
Man, you see where Randy is in the top of your shot. He's got to go a long way. An awful long way, but that ball hung up there for him.
Voit hit hard. Bryson Stott dives and doubles off Robles.
What this shift does, he pulls everything, so they got a lot of this left side of the infield covered. Nice little layout, and Robles.